folks. Welcome to Little Hills, 52 verses, 52 weeks, and 52 books. This week we're going to be in the book of Hosea. It's a very interesting book. Hosea was the prophet for Israel, and they were in very bad trouble because they were involving other idols and other things of the world into their form of worship. And this didn't make God very happy. So what happened was Hosea, and we know about Gomer, his wife, who was the harlot and adulterous woman also, and he had to keep on asking for her back. And a lot of times I believe as us in our own Christian walk that we can do the same thing, or we will do the same thing. A lot of times we get so involved in the world that we introduce other things into it, and we think that we're okay as long as we're doing some of the sacraments or some of the stuff. So, but today, my verse that I liked to record and, not record, but I don't want to put it on here, but it comes out of Hosea 8, verse 7. As I was studying this, I always like to find something that's a little bit out of the ordinary, and just so happened to be that this verse right here stuck out at me. Chapter 8, verse 7. For they sow the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. The standing grain has no heads, and it yields no flour. If it were to yield, strangers will devour it. If we break down that verse, it's pretty intense. For they sow the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. What is the wind? They sow the things of the world that keeps on tossing around and coming about, and they have no sense for what they're doing. They're involving their own pleasures, involving the world into their own time of worship, or into their own lives that they're supposed to be separated from the world. For the standing grain has no heads, it shall yield no flour. We could go back to the Old Testament, the New Testament, where, ye are the branches, God's the vine, and if we produce no fruit, what good are we? Or what type of fruit are we producing? Are we producing fruit that the world enjoys and that it's not leading them to Christ? It's not leading them to a holy and righteous life? It's a very big warning, and sometimes I don't think we take God seriously. And I know in my own personal walk, I slip on that too. And we need to have we need to be feeding on things that don't keep us righteous before Christ. And if we look at the last part, it says, if it were to yield, strangers would devour it. So if the bad crop does yield stuff, it's going to keep them sinning. So if the seed that we sow inside of us that's bad, and it keeps on germinating inside of us, we're going to just be sinful people back again. And then that's what I believe that's what was happening to the Israelites. They were divorcing themselves or cheating on God and paying more attention to other things of the world and not paying attention to Him and paying attention to building His kingdom. So let me challenge you this week is try to focus on things that are going to challenge you and pray to God that how you can be more effective in His kingdom on here on earth and building it for the future, because souls are important. What do we gain if we just lose the world, or we gain the world and lose our own soul? What do we gain if we lose our friends, we lose the souls here, and then they are damned to hell, because we decided to do our own thing in this world, or we decided to be quiet our own self. So let's challenge that, and as you meditate on this verse for the week, just see where God talks to your heart. And let's close. Lord, I want to thank you for this time that we can meet together and concentrate on one verse out of this great book of Hosea, Lord, and that may our spirits be stirred by your conviction. Lord, help us in everything that we do. May we glorify and honor you. Amen. Just stay tuned for the more announcements as we got for Steadfast, and that's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And thank you guys. Have a good day. Hey, bye.